Alright, so I just went into Starbucks and got a... What did you call it? A decaf Americano with coconut milk. It's quite good. I mean, I wouldn't get this every day because it was $4.72, which is a touch ridiculous for a coffee. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's in my opinion, it's better than going to Tim Hortons and paying $2 for something that, in my opinion, tastes like it has cigarette butts in it. I find that decaffeinated McCafe is the one that I probably like the best. That's decaf, so that's that. I have a few minutes before I have to get to my appointment, so I thought I would give everyone a little update on my depression. See if I can find the words to describe how I'm feeling about it. The depression is very much still there. It is a constant struggle to stay on top of it. I have to find things to keep myself motivated. I find that if I overthink and get too anxious about something, which is what happens when I overthink, I start to lose hope on the things that I have on the go. For example, will I ever find a job that I like again? I'm slowly running out of savings to live on, so that's another thing that kind of gets me down. If I can't find a job that I like, am I going to run out of money? That's a constant worry for me. I've been applying for jobs around every 2 to 3 weeks since August of last year, I believe. And I haven't received any callbacks. The most I get is an email from said company that I have applied to, and it essentially says that thank you for your application, but unfortunately we are moving to the next steps in the process and we are not taking your application into consideration. It says something along those lines. So I have not received a callback about any of the jobs that I have applied for in, what would that be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in about 6 months. So, and from August to the end of September, I was applying pretty much every day to anything that I thought was interesting. I took a little break when I moved for the month of October, and then I took about a month to get settled at the farm, and then I started applying for more jobs in December. And I've been applying, like I said, every 2 to 3 weeks. So that also gets to me a lot. And again, this is probably just me overthinking, but it's more along the lines of what am I doing wrong that the companies that I've applied for aren't interested in my either resume or the way I did the application. I know that the right job will come along eventually, and I'll be happier than ever. But until that day comes, I can't help but worry about my financial situation, because I don't have a lot of money left, and I'm trying to cut costs where I can. But I obviously still need to buy gas and groceries and pay for what I would consider for myself basic needs. So that whole situation is weighing on me very heavily. I try not to think about it, but it's one of those looming weights that is steadily over my shoulders that I can't seem to shake. So I've been trying to talk to family and the people I live with as much as possible to let them know how I'm doing. But there's still that overwhelming sense of just tiredness, and I think irritability. And I don't know that it's on their end and they're wondering what my plan is, which is fair. I have a plan, but it's maybe not what everyone thinks is the best plan, and that's okay. They don't have to think it's the best plan. I have to do what's best for me, and they need to accept that. That's the wrong way to say that. They need to be more open that I want what I want for myself. But this tiredness, I can't seem to shake it. And I've been told that I need to change the way I think about my situation. And I'm trying to do that. I think I'm somewhat set in my ways, not to the point where I don't want to change at all, but I'm set in my ways to the point where I'm open to change, but it just takes me a while to get the pre-thought and pre-work done for whatever change I think is best to happen, to put that change into gear, into process, whatever you want to call that. It takes me a while to get to that point, and that's okay. I need to do things on my own accord, at my own pace, or else I feel rushed and I get anxious, and then I panic and I basically throw the whole thing out the window, and then that's never a good situation. Yeah, when I stay at the farm for a long period of time and I don't have any peace and quiet and time to process and think about what I'm doing, I get in that irritable state, and I feel the pressure to be doing more, to be helping people, whatever that may look like. And in my opinion, I need to get myself to a point where I'm happy and thriving, and to a point where I have energy, and not that I'm not motivated now, but more motivation to go back to a job, whatever that might look like, whether it's remote or in office. I need to get back to that point before I can help other people and do the things that I feel would bring me more satisfaction, I guess would be the word. It's I don't want this to sound selfish, but I'm trying to do as much for myself right now as I can to try and get myself back to not necessarily the point of where I was before I experienced such a mental a mental hardship period, or a mental period of hardship. I don't know how you would word that. Want to get myself back to, or as close to back to as close as possible how I was at my happiest when I'm trying to pick a point on my timeline here. I think shortly after I moved into my property at Warman, I was excited about the house. I was nervous. I was motivated to get stuff done. I had plans of what I was going to do, and the future looked exciting, and it had lots of great potential. And it's not that I don't feel that now. It's more of I don't know what to do from basically now until the end of summer, because I do have something happening at the end of summer this year that I'm not going to share yet, but I will announce that in the coming weeks. But I don't know what to do from now until the end of August. I don't know if I should apply for EI or what I should do. But I would like to get myself back to the point of that person where I was feeling good. So, in summary, I wouldn't say that I'm surviving. I'm doing good in the way that I have a plan of what I would like to do. And it's a matter of getting all of those pieces to fall into place and put my all into that and get everything organized to be able to succeed when that thing happens over the next several years. And not that I'm not optimistic that I can't do that. It's more of making sure that the finances are there and that I have the continued motivation to stay up with that without my mental health and physical health declining in the process of the next year and a half to 2 years. Because I don't want to go back to where I was last March. That was awful. I've never felt so horrible. I was angry. I was sad, which a lot of people might call depression. Yeah, I never want to go back there. So I'm trying to do everything I can right now or in the meantime, I should say, to get myself to be in a happier state, a more persistently practicing the things that bring me joy would be one of the main things. So I'm doing good in that way, but I'm also not doing good in the fact that this is I feel like this day today and last night when I pulled into the city was my first day or a few hours, whatever you want to call it, in almost a month that I've had what I consider true peace and quiet. I didn't feel the pressure to do anything this morning. I knew what I had to do, but I didn't feel the pressure to do anything that I thought was expected of me. But again, that goes back to my own brain and not having any expectations for anyone and not having excuse me. Yeah, not having any expectations for myself and not having any expectations, or not thinking anybody has any expectations of what I should be doing, because that's not fair to me. If I think somebody has an expectation and I don't do that expectation, or I don't do that thing that I think that they're expecting me to do, and then I don't do that, that there's this looming cloud of disappointment, or that why didn't you do this? If someone isn't physically voicing their opinion about the fact that they wish I had done something, then that's not fair to my brain to think that they were expecting that. I hope that made sense. See, I'm not doing good in that way. But then again, that's my own brain thinking that people have expectations for me when they maybe don't. So that's a me issue. And I just have to overcome that and realize that maybe the people that I'm expecting have expectations for me don't. Which is probably true. It's just I think I'm so used to helping other people out that I haven't conditioned my brain to not think that other people have expectations for me. And that's the hardest thing to overcome. Because after years of thinking that way, it's hard to just drop that. So, I'm not doing great, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm doing pretty good. I wouldn't say I'm great. I want to get to great, but I'm not there yet. I don't know what it's going to take to get me there. I will let everyone know when I'm there. But I don't want to get any worse than I am now, but I definitely want to get better. So, I have 17 minutes before my appointment starts, so I am going to leave this one here, and I will pick the camera up after I get out of my appointment. If I don't put this into an entire vlog, because I think this is going to be a separate video, thanks for watching. I hope my explanation of how I'm doing came across clearly. If it didn't, hopefully you took away something from what I just tried to explain. So, thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video. See ya.